Welcome back to another SGN video where it's all sim all the time. Today's video we are going to be talking about Madden Football 26. Now we did just get a kind of reveal for both College Football 26 and Madden 26. No new real information was disclosed in that. There was a little bit of a leak that they are talking about coaching authenticity and quarterback play, things of that nature. But we're still going to be waiting a little while until we get some real information for Madden 26, especially when they start opening up the beta. Now, before then, people are dropping their wish lists as far as gameplay, as far as features, etc., etc. However, this is going to be quality of life. Now, there are a couple things that Madden needs to really implement that improves our experience despite gameplay, despite features that they add. This is just going to improve our experience no matter what. So I wanted to highlight 5 key quality of life changes that I think are very, very important. So we're going to go ahead and dive right into that. But by the way, man, thank you for checking out this video. I appreciate it. If you are new, please subscribe to the channel. Also, if you could click the like button, man, that really helps the YouTube algorithm and helps people find this video and experience my ideas and hopefully like it, and helps my channel grow as well. So without further ado, y'all, let's dive right in.
And Bonds hits one high. It's a dig. It is out of here. This is caught. Diggs. Sideline. Touchdown. Unbelievable. Bryant for the win. Bang. Watch out. He's got getting away from the top speed. By Michael Short.
So number 5 on this list, and again, the list is not in any particular order, but this is going to be the challenge system in Madden. And now this has nothing to do with the way the challenge system functions. We know it needs to be improved, but this is on what we have to do to actually throw the flag or challenge a play. We have to pause the game to challenge a play. In my opinion, this is a huge immersion killer. We should never be forced to pause the game to do something that's essential to the game, such as challenging a play. We should only ever have to pause the game if we need to, for whatever reason, as far as we need to pause the game because we need to go to the bathroom or do something, whatever, right? We should never be forced to pause the game. When we have this handy coach adjustment feature, we click R3 and it pulls up where we can adjust everything. The play clock is paused, the game clock is paused. Why not add a challenge play button here and we just click throw the flag, and then it throws the flag, and we still get to be immersed in the game, have these little player cuts and stadium highlights in the background. This is so much better than forcing us to pause the game. Number 4 on the list has to do with the play call select screen when we are thinking about kicking a long field goal or any field goal in general. We have no indication what direction the wind is blowing or how fast, which is very, very important when you're thinking about kicking a longer field goal, anything over 50 yards for sure. And it can lead to situations where you go out and, oh my gosh, you are kicking a 50-yard field goal with the wind blowing the football hard to the right or directly into your face. Now you're like, okay, this was not a good decision. I'm either calling a timeout to get out of it, or you're going to have to take the penalty to punt, which isn't the worst thing. But imagine if this was a 4th and 2, 4th or 3. Now you're forced to take a timeout versus, had we just had that information ahead of time, we would have been good to go. Number 3 on the list is going to have to do with depth chart and mass substitutions. Now, obviously, we can do formation subs right in our play call screen or global substitutions by position. However, it keeps the play clock and the game clock running as we're trying to find the guy we want to substitute out. And we have to do it at a 1-by-1 basis. What would be really nice, especially for the preseason or in games where it's a blowout, both for and against, a mass sub option. But in order to do, we don't even have a mass sub option, but if you want to do multiple position changes at one time, you have to pause the game. Again, we already talked about pausing the game to go into your depth chart and make these position changes or these substitutions that you want. If you want to put in your whole backup defense, backup wide receivers, whatever the case may be, due to again, preseason or blowouts is normally the situation, you are forced to pause the game. So number one, give us a mass sub option. Number one, we will use it in preseason. It's the only way we can get our third stringers in there too. But also, again, add this as a coach adjustment feature. You can have the background we have right now showing the scoreboard, depending on the stadium, but then we could toggle in right here where it says tempo adjustment, just add another one that says depth chart, and then pull our depth chart up right here, so we're in the game, we're still immersed, and we're making our depth chart changes, and it's just using the bottom half of the screen, and then we hit circle to back out of it. This would be so much better for quality of life and immersion. Now, number 2 on this list isn't going to apply to everybody, but there are people who enjoy playing the game in broadcast cam or love to run the game CPU versus CPU. However, whether you're doing the playing or the watching, this happens every single time, and it's because of their down and distance marker and EA creating this, assuming people are always playing the game from the Madden cam. They did not account for those who play CPU versus CPU or also play from the broadcast cam, which we know our guy Pasta Padre dropped a viral video of him playing from the broadcast cam. So if EA could just test these things a little bit and realize this looks awful, and maybe when the game detects that we're in broadcast cam, that down and distance marker changes its positioning. Because Jared Goff has half his body cut off. You cannot even see it. For me, this is definitely quality of life. It's immersion. It's just basics as far as giving us a good experience, and definitely needs to be addressed for Madden 26. Alright, so when we're talking quality of life, I did save the best for last. This is going to have to do with franchise mode players. We do not have the ability to change the CPU's playbooks. Now, I have done many videos and many rants on all the issues with the playbooks in Madden, and they don't necessarily have to do with the playbooks, the plays that are in the playbooks themselves, but how they are called. The CPU, the game planning is a huge issue, but the other thing, the CPU calls the same plays over and over and over again, and the run-pass ratios are disastrous. And if you want proof, I've been running a 32-man sim league where we watch the games. CPU's calling all the plays. We're in owner's mode. We're 4 seasons in. We have teams that are doing 80-20 run-pass ratio. Again, this is no user control. This is the game just running. Madden, and the best team, the best ratio in the whole league, 40%. That is horrible compared to how NFL teams actually run the ball. The game is pass, 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 and we have no way to adjust it, whether we're doing CPU versus CPU or user versus CPU. There is nothing we can do because we can't assign custom playbooks to the CPU. And if we edit an existing CPU playbook, it becomes a custom book. So it's like, EA, I understand you have to make these playbooks and you design them for the head-to-head community and stuff like that. You don't really have the time to go in there and make sure that run-pass ratios are accurate and CPU isn't constantly calling halfback screens and 4 verts every 3rd and 10. I understand. But allow us to assign custom books to teams where we can give accurate ratings for the plays. We can have more than 20 plays in a situation. We can make sure we don't have 5 plays in a situation for a team, so you're constantly seeing the same plays over and over again. We can add that variety. The community is up for the challenge. We will happily do this. If we can assign playbooks to the CPU and play now, why can't we do it in franchise? If you're not going to give us good run-pass ratio, good play call variety, give us the quality of life of allowing us to not only change the CPU uniforms, but to change their playbook so we can have realism in the game via simulation mode, because that's what we want in these modes. It's very important. This is number 1. If you don't do the other 4, fine. You have to do this one for Madden 26. We have to have the ability to give custom playbooks to the CPU in our franchise mode in Madden 26. All right, guys, so that is my list of the 5 features or quality of life features that I would like adjusted for Madden 26. Let me know, please, in the comment section below. What did you think, number one, of my 5 quality of life requests? Also, is there any that I missed? Again, do not talk about gameplay. Do not talk about back of the box features. Strictly changes that are to things that are already kind of in the game that will improve our quality of life. I'm curious to know your thoughts in the comment section below. Otherwise, stay tuned to the next one. Peace.